Hey everybody, I wanted to talk to you guys about me getting my wisdom teeth removed and going under anesthesia and everything that kind of went down with that. So as you've seen in my last video, I was really like nervous and scared and just freaking out about the whole thing, and it honestly wasn't as bad as I made it out to be. It happened so fast. Once I went in the office, did the paperwork real quick, initialed some places on, signed papers, and went back to the room. I tried not to look at any of the doors passing by when I was like going into my room, because all their doors are open and everybody's individually in the rooms. I did not want to freak myself out any more than I already was. And I went back there, sat in a chair. The dental assistant, she put my IV in, which wasn't comfortable. I mean, it hurt, but I'm not afraid of needles or anything like that. Shots are like nothing to me. And the IV's it hurts a little more than a shot, but it's not like that bad. So I just did that, and I was just like, okay. She put the IV in. Then another woman was like coming in making jokes and like saying some funny stuff about a song, saying how she was so sick of the song and all this, and I was laughing. And then she was like, did you give her her medicine yet? And the dental assistant was like, oh no. And I was like, are they just gonna give it to me and not tell me? I would hope they tell me when they give me the medicine. I don't want to just like be talking, hey, what's up, and then like pass out. I was so nervous. I was so scared. I was like shaking. I was so scared. She sat me in the chair. My teeth were on a screen with my x-rays were on a screen, and I was just like looking at them like, I hope they know what they're going to be pulling out, and I hope they don't get confused and pull out the wrong tooth and all this. I was freaking out. Just any and everything that you think could happen, I was thinking about. And then the doctor came in, and he was like, okay, do you have any questions for me? And I was just like, can I keep my wisdom teeth? That's pretty much all I want, is to keep my wisdom teeth, when you take them out. And he was like, yeah, that's fine, I can do that, you can keep them. And I was like, okay. And then he's like, well, if you don't have any more questions for me, then we're going to get started. And I was just like, okay. Like, I could not think of anything to ask him. So she came in. They hooked the anesthesia up to the IV, and I was starting to panic. Like, my heart was just beating crazy. I almost felt like everything inside of me was telling me, get up and run. Like, get out of this room. They're about to knock you out. Run away. And I was freaking out. And I was like, okay, and this is what I said. I said to the doctor, I was like, I've never done this before, and I'm really nervous, and I'm scared, and I don't know what to do. And he put his hand on my leg, and he's like, it's okay. I'm going to take care of you. It's okay. You're going to be okay. And I was like, okay. And I was like, I don't know what to expect. And he said, well, the first thing I'm going to give you a low dose, and you're just going to feel kind of normal. Then I'm going to give you the second dose, which is a little stronger, and you're going to feel silly, and you might say something silly. And then the third dose, you should be asleep. Hang on, baby. Okay, so I was like, once he said that I was going to be silly, I was like, oh, I'm sorry if I say anything stupid or silly. And he's like, that's okay. He's like, we're not going to ask you dumb questions and make you feel stupid. And I was like, okay. So he's like, just lay back for me. And I laid back, and he tilted me almost at an angle where like all my blood was like rushing to my head. So when they put the medicine in my IV, I literally felt tingly, and like all the medicine like rushed like downwards to my head, and like it went here, all over here first, and it was kind of like just like a rush, and it was like tingly. My body was tingling, my arms and stuff. It was weird. And then I opened my eyes, and I was like, okay, I'm just going to close my eyes. So I closed my eyes. I just remember saying, okay, laying back, closed my eyes. I opened them once. I didn't want to say anything. And then I was like, I'm just going to close my eyes and just wait for it because I was so scared. Kind of like on a roller coaster when you're afraid and you just close your eyes and hope it's over. That's what I did. And I didn't wake back up until it was done. I didn't open my eyes again until it was done. And I thought, I was so scared I was going to have nightmares or some kind of weird dream like people have in their comas, like where you can't wake up because you're sedated, but you're freaking out and you're like in a dream that you just can't wake up from and you're freaking out. I thought I was going to do that. But I didn't. Honestly, it felt like I shut my eyes and opened them. That's it. I didn't have a dream. I didn't think of anything. So when I woke up, I just instantly felt like I wanted to sit straight up and get out of the chair. Because I was like, oh, I'm fine. I'm good. We can go. So I sat up and I was like, are we done? But I had gauze in my mouth, so I sounded like, and the lady, which was the dental assistant, was like, oh, just lay back, you're okay, everything went great. And she wheeled in a wheelchair. I stood up, got in the wheelchair. For some reason, I thought I was like just fine. Like I could walk fine. I felt like nothing had happened. In my head, I was totally normal. Nothing was happening. I was thinking normal, straight, fine. Come to find out, I rewatched the video I took after I got out of there, and I was not fine. I'm sure I was looking crazy trying to walk around and do things on my own, but that was just the anesthesia. So I got in the wheelchair. Then when she rolled me out to my car, I just got straight up out of the wheelchair, opened my door, and just climbed on in. Like, I was fine. And then I got in the car, and that's when I hit record and just recorded everything from then. If you haven't seen it, go ahead and watch the video before this one. And it's me before I went to surgery and right after I came out of the surgery. Besides sleeping all day, and that's pretty much it. The whole experience is just after surgery, you're just really sleeping. And then when you do wake up the next day, the second day after surgery, the next day, my face was huge. I'm talking huge. And it was like a golf ball was in each side of my cheeks. This one was the worst one, the one that was actually bothering me. This side was more swollen. I don't know why. It's probably because that wisdom tooth was breaking through the gum. And maybe he had more maybe it was like harder to get out. I don't know, but I do know that my face was ginormous and it was sore. It felt like it was hit by a car or I was beat up. It was so sore. And thank God for medication, because I did take what they prescribed me. It was a little too strong, so I had to cut the medicine in half. But it helps, and I need it, and like you're gonna need it because it hurts really bad, especially when you get all four out at the same time. It hurts. And that was the second day. It was real swollen, real sore. I couldn't open my mouth hardly, like literally, like that was about it. It was so bad. And nothing that you can't handle though, but it hurt a lot. I love not having those teeth in. I feel so much better not having those in my mouth. My mouth was already felt so crowded, and now I'm so glad I did it. And I'm so glad it's over with and I don't have to worry about my wisdom teeth ever again because they are gone. I did want to show you guys my teeth. They're gross because I haven't cleaned them, so look at your own risk of seeing something nasty. Here they are, and yes, they're in their original cloth that they gave them to me in. This one had broken. This one is the same as this one, but it's broken. Oh my gosh, these are so gross. They're covered in blood. My blood, my blood. But I thought the bottoms would be split, you know, like, but they're not. They're like one big fat tooth. Look at my pointy teeth. All my teeth are always so pointy, even my wisdom teeth. They're not as big as I thought they'd be, but they're pretty big. Thank you guys so much for watching, and please subscribe. And if you have anything to say, leave it in the comment section down below, and I'll talk to you later.